Okay, so let us take the some of the special effects due to refraction. So far we studied the refraction and the phenomenon corresponding to the refractions like normal shift and lateral shift. Let me take some examples to explain the mm, okay. So the natural phenomena which is related to refraction. The first one is okay. So let me take the natural phenomena. The pencil placed in water seems bent when seen obliquely from above the water surface. Now, this is a general example in day-to-day life. Okay, so we are going to observe something when it is pushed in a. Okay, so when you immerse in a water, for an example, pencil or spoon, it appears to be bent. Why this take place? Definitely, it is due to an refraction. See here. I have taken some ray diagram here. You can see the ABC is the actual the position of the pencil, but due to the normal shift, okay, so you can see here the point A is shifted to A1. Okay, so you can see here every point in A is shifted. Okay, so shifted to A1. So what type of shift it is? Definitely it is the normal shift. Okay, so the points on this pencil, they undergoes the normal shift. Therefore, instead of AB, okay, when we view from outside the glass, it appears to be A1B. Therefore, the shape of the pencil appears to be A1BC. Therefore, the pencil appears to be bent. Second example is the apparent shift in the position of the sun at sunrise and sunset. The sun is visible to us nearly 2 minutes before the actual sunrise and remains visible nearly 2 minutes after the actual sunset. Okay. So the refraction of light through the atmosphere is responsible for many interesting phenomena. The best example is this one. Okay, so by actual sunrise we mean the actual crossing of the horizon by the sun. So again, let me explain this concept by using the ray diagram. You can see here the earth, an observer is standing on the earth. So this is a line which is parallel to the earth's surface. Now that is called horizon. Okay, so when the sun goes, okay, so beyond the horizon, when it is crossed the horizon, definitely we can't see the sun. Reason is we are not getting light from the sun here. Okay, so when the ray falls on the object, if it get reflected back, then we can see the object, or the rays, okay, is coming from that particular object, then we can see that particular object. Okay, so now what happens here? See, the sun, the position of the sun is here, which is in a vacuum, and the earth is surrounded by the atmosphere, the air medium. Okay, so atmosphere considered an air medium, and vacuum means definitely it is no space at all. Okay, so it is empty space. So what is the refractive index of air? Usually we take it as the refractive index of air is 1, but in reality, okay, so if I neglect that those terms, small terms, then the definitely refractive index of air is 1. But if I take the actual figure of air with respect to vacuum, then it is 1.00029. Okay, slightly greater than vacuum. So due to this, what happens here? Now you can see here, now this is the atmosphere whose refractive index is 1.00029, and the surrounding is an vacuum whose refractive index is 1. So therefore, when light travels from, you can see here, okay, this particular line, when it enters the atmosphere, that means it is moving from rarer medium to denser medium. So definitely the refraction takes place because the medium changes. You are moving from one transparent medium to other transparent medium. Therefore, the medium changes. Therefore, the refraction take place. So due to that refraction, you can see here the light is going to bend here. Okay, when light start bending, so finally it falls on the retina of a particular observer. Therefore, he can see the sun. The problem is due to some optical illusions. Okay, so what we have studied in case of TIR in mirage, you can see here, but this ray appears to actually it is coming from this particular direction, but due to the okay, now observer thinks that this ray is coming from this particular direction, therefore the sun is appears to be here instead of the actual position. It appears to be here. Now that position is called apparent position of the sun. Actually sun has been set or sun has risen, but up to 2 minutes. Okay, so we can give an okay data here. So due to that half degree something. Okay, so it appears to be comes from this. Okay, so the direction of the run is by an about half degree. Okay, so this is bending take place by an half degree. Therefore, after sunrise or sunset, we can see the sun. Again, it is due to an best example for the refraction. Okay, let me take a third example, that is twinkling of stars. Okay, sun doesn't twinkle, stars twinkle. Twinkle means actually sun, the stars also doesn't twinkle. That means it is somewhat like on and off like this. Okay, when you are getting the light from the star, at next instant you are not getting the light from the star. Therefore, the stars appears to be twinkle. In reality, they are not twinkling due to the refraction. Okay, we are going to observe this phenomena. Now, what happens? Very simple. The optical density, hence the refractive index of air, increases as we move towards the surface of the earth, as we studied in case of okay mirage. Again, the okay, so how actually why this refractive index changes. Okay, so I have explained there, and you also know that this refractive index depend on the temperature. Okay, so the atmosphere has different layers, they have the different internal layers, and they have different refractive index. The reason is the temperature. Okay, so how the refractive index and temperature related? They are inversely proportional. As the temperature increases, the refractive index decreases. If the temperature changes, the refractive index changes. Okay, so now what happens here? As the temperature of air and humidity is not same everywhere in the atmosphere, the refractive index of air is different at different places, even on the same altitude. Okay, so when a ray of light passes through different pockets of air having the different refractive index, it bends due to refraction. Okay, so when light travels from the particular point to particular point, so the light undergoes refraction. Why? The medium changes. Why the medium changes? Because temperature is not uniform. The temperature changes, refractive index changes. As the refractive index changes, definitely light bends and the refraction takes place. Now what happens? Very simple. So one time, okay, if I am the observer, so the particular light falls on my retina. At the next instant, the temperature fluctuates. As the temperature fluctuates, the refractive index changes. As the refractive index changes, what happens? This particular ray may go beyond the observer. So at one instant, I am getting the light. At the other instant, I am not getting the light. Okay. So due to that reason, one time I am getting a light from the star is visible. At the next instant, I am not getting the light from the star, that becomes star becomes invisible. Therefore, we think that the stars are twinkling, but it is due to the what? It is the fluctuation of temperature, the change of the refractive index, and the refraction is responsible for the twinkling of light. Okay, so the direction of the ray reaching our eyes keeps on changing. That is the reason. In the last lecture, we studied about the total internal reflection. In today's lecture, let us take some of the applications of total internal reflection. Okay, so we see this total internal reflection in nature and in technology applications also, like in optical fibers, we are widely using the application of TIR. So for the sake of discussion, let me take some examples, the phenomenon of total internal reflection. The first one is mirage. Okay, so mirage, actually it is an optical illusion. Okay, so there is no, what is meant by mirage? See, now you can see here. Okay, so you can see here in summer days or in case of hot deserts, you can see this phenomena here. Okay, that's here. So our discussion is why this mirror take place. Okay, so as I said, it is due to the total internal reflection. See here, so let me take some the hot place, that is a desert place, or in maybe it may be the summer season. Okay, now in summer season, what happens? See, an observer is there, is very far from the object. Okay, so now this is a particular object. Let me consider it is a particular object. Let me take it as some tree here. Okay, so this is the tree. Okay, so the observer is very far from the object. Since summer season, what happens? Now, see, you know that in hot desert places or in the summer season, the temperature is very high. Okay, so who sends this hot radiation, thermal radiations? It is the sun, who is the primary source of light and heat. So this heat radiations, they travel from the sun, they undergoes the atmosphere, and they finally falls on the earth. And this earth absorbs this thermal radiation and it gets heated. Okay, as the earth get heated, as the earth get heated, so what happens? See, the air layers which are in contact or in closely contact or which are very near to the earth, they get first heated. Okay, so they get heated. So these layers, the layers which are very near to the earth surface, they get heated. Okay, next, then heat is transmitted to the next air layer, as you know that. So in first few I have studied about the temperature gradients, how the heat conducts from one place to the other place. You know that the temperature slowly falls. Okay, so this layer also get heated, but this layer temperature is less than the temperature of the layer which is in contact with the earth. Definitely this is take place. Okay, you can refer the concept of temperature gradient in case of conductors. Okay, so similarly there's one more layer is there. Like this, you have the layer by layer. So this is object is very far from the, okay, so it's very far from the, so observer very far from the object. Now these are the different layers here. Okay, so therefore in summer season, now this air layers, this atmosphere has some internal layers. Now internal layers are due to the variation of temperature. If I take this temperature as T1, okay, so this temperature as T2, this is T3, T4, T5, T6, T7, T8, like this. Okay, so now what happens? See, in ordinary cases, you can see this object here. This observer can easily see this object here. Why this take place? Very simple. It is due to the reflection. Okay, the light rays which are coming from the sun, they falls on this particular point on the tree. Okay, so they get reflected. As they get reflected, so this person can see the object here. Okay, you can see the leaves here. If there is a one more way is there, it falls like this. Light rays falls on this particular the leaf, so it gets reflected. It falls on the retina of the eye, so the person can see the object. So how the person can see the object? It is due to the reflection. It is due to the reflection of direct rays. Okay, light falls on the object, it get reflected. Okay, if it get transmitted, definitely the person disappears. Okay, so why the person is visible? Very simple. Light falls on the object, it get reflected. Okay, so and it falls on the observer's eye, on the retina, and he can see the object. So, but in case of the hot deserts or in case of summer places, what happens? So this atmosphere has got some internal layers, and that partition is purely due to the difference of temperature. We know that the refractive index of air is something around 1.000 something 4329. Okay, approximately it equal to 1, but not exactly equal to, it is 1. And there's a fine relation between refractive index and temperature. So what is the relation between refractive index and temperature? Now see here, refractive index is inversely proportional to the temperature. Refractive index is inversely proportional to the temperature. Okay, so you have got a fine relation, that is Cauchy's relation, which you are going to study in the higher classes. But I can give an example to convince that how this refractive index and temperature are related. See, let me take ice and water. Okay, if you take the example of ice and water, chemically they are same. Okay, they both contains the water molecule, H2O molecules. Okay, water and ice. You know that the ice has more denser compared to water. Ice has more denser compared to water. Therefore, ice has more refractive index compared to water. So refractive index of ice is greater than refractive index of water. So refractive index of ice is greater than refractive index of water, because ice is more denser, optically denser compared to water. Okay, if you look at the temperature now, so this H2O molecules become ice, they are in the solid state when the temperature is almost less than 0 degree. The temperature is low, around 0 degree or less than 0 degree, then these molecules are in solid state and we call that solid state as ice. If the temperature is high, okay, around 50 degree, 60 degree, 10 degree, 100 up to 100 degree, if the temperature is high, then these molecules are in liquid state, that we call it as water. Okay, so the ice at minus 4 degrees centigrade, if you heat that particular ice, if you increase the temperature, then what happens? Automatically ice get converted to water. That means refractive index decreases as you move from ice to water. Okay, but what about the temperature? The temperature, when you go from ice to water, the temperature increases. Therefore, the temperature of water is greater than temperature of ice. So is it correct? How the refractive index and temperature depend? They are inversely proportional. Okay. So based on this example, okay, concept, so I can say that, so different temperatures means definitely they should have different refractive index, because the refractive index also depends on the temperature. So if I take this refractive index as N1, this one as N2, this one as N3, N4, N5, N6, N7, N8, so on, you can see that. Okay, so this layer is very close to the earth, therefore the temperature of T1 is greater than T2. So T2 is greater than T3, T3 is greater than T4, greater than T5, so on like this. And how the refractive index are related? They are inversely proportional. That means the refractive index of this one is less than the second one, is less than the third one, is less than the fourth one, fifth one, like this, so on. Okay. So now see here, so this particular layer has the different internal layers due to the change of temperature, and that change of temperature gives rise to the change of refractive index. Therefore, now what happens? Now see here, N1 is less than N2. That means what? N1 is rarer compared to the second medium. So second medium is denser, the first one is rarer. If I compare 3 and 2, then which one is greater? N3 is greater than N2. That means N3 becomes denser and N2 becomes rarer. See, rarer and denser, they are the comparisons. If you compare ice and water, who is denser? Ice is denser, water is rarer. If you compare diamond and ice, then who is denser? The diamond is denser. And who is rarer? The ice is rarer. Getting me? Okay. Are you getting me? Therefore, this denser and rarer, they are nothing but they are the comparisons. Okay. So therefore, compared to 3 and 2, who is denser? 3 is denser and 2 is rarer. If you take 4 and 3, then 4 is denser, n is rarer. So in the last lecture, we have studied the TIR, total internal reflection. And what are the conditions? See, TIR. Okay. So now it is a special case. So TIR takes place only when so light satisfies two conditions. Condition number one is light should travel from denser medium to rarer medium. Condition number one. And condition number two is the angle of incidence in the denser medium should be greater than critical angle. Okay. If these two conditions are satisfied, then we can say that the TIR takes place. Okay. Now see here. See, when light which comes from the sun, when falls on this particular tree here, now what happens? Now see, a direct wave, it falls on the eye, therefore you can see the object here. But you can see here, so light falls on each point on the tree. Okay, so in some cases, it may move like this. Okay, it is moving somewhere here. Okay, one more light of it falls on like this. This may be the path of reflection. Okay, there are millions of rays are there. Okay, there are millions of rays are there. Okay, so the rays which falls on our retina, so that particular rays produce some type of image on the object. Okay, so let me take this particular ray here. Okay, actually it is moving like this, but now see here, so it get reflected. Okay, actually it is moving like this, it doesn't falls on the eye here. So somewhere if the person is standing here, he can see this, he can also see this particular object due to that particular wave here. But this time, now what happens? Now see here, so when this ray is moving from this 7 to 6, then what happens? Well, definitely we have to consider that the light is moving from the denser medium to rarer medium. Okay, so in the previous lectures we studied that when light moves from denser medium to rarer medium, what happens? It bends away from the normal. Is it correct? It bends away from the normal. Therefore, when it travels from 7 to 8, it bends away from the normal. Therefore, on the layer 5, it falls like this. If I take this as normal, again 6 and 5, who is denser? 6 is denser, 5 is rarer. So light is traveling from denser to rarer. Therefore, it bends away from the normal. And you can see here, okay, as it every time bends away from the normal, you can see the angle of incidence is in each layer, it goes on increases. Are you getting me? Okay, so now see here, 8 and 7, 8 is denser, 7 is rarer, 7 and 6, 7 is denser, R is rarer. So therefore, when light moves from denser medium to rarer medium, it bends away from the normal. As it bend away from the normal, okay, in each case, so what happens? The angle of incidence goes on increases. So finally, what happens for a particular layer in the denser medium? Now you can see here, here is also this again compared to this case, here is the more is the angle of incidence. At a particular case, what happens? The angle of incidence become greater than critical angle. Okay, in each time it bends away from the normal, therefore angle of incidence goes on increases, and finally at a particular layer its angle of incidence become greater than critical angle. In that case, instead of reflection, what happens? Refraction take place. Are you getting me? Okay, so what happens? Instead of reflection, you will get refraction. Therefore, so not refraction take place, it get reflected. Okay, so therefore, now this time light is reflected. Again, these are transparent medium, so this time light is moving from, if it goes like this, light is moving from rarer medium to denser medium, so it went towards the normal like this. Okay, finally it falls on the, okay, finally it falls on the what? It falls on the eye of an observer. Okay. It finally falls on the eye of the person. So now illusion take place. Okay, I make certain illusions. Okay, so you can see here the optical illusion of an eye. Now see, so for this particular person, what happens? This he, okay, so due to the optical illusion, now this particular ray is assumed to be considered, okay, so it is coming from this particular point here. That is the illusion. Okay, so actually the ray is coming from this point, but we know that if I retrace the path of a light, then the observer thinks that this particular ray is coming from this particular point. If we take the millions of rays here, next ray, the same phenomena take place. Okay, so this particular point is appears to be, okay, pointed here. Now that is not the actual position, it is the apparent position, it is an optical illusion. If you take the each point on this object somewhere here, okay, so somewhere here you're getting like this. Okay, so same tree is observed to be on the, okay, if you take the 3 dimension on some particular road here, the observer thinks that road may be wet, there is some water on the road, therefore we are getting an what? Image of an object. But when we go near to that particular place here, then we clearly see there is no tree. Okay, we can't see any patch of water on the road. Therefore, it is an optical illusion. And why this optical illusion? Now, that a particular optical illusion is called mirage. And why this optical illusion take place? It is due to the total internal reflection. Okay, so let me take the second example here. Okay, the second example is the diamond. You can see here the diamond.
Okay, diamonds are known for their spectacular brilliance appearance. See, this brilliance appearance is mainly due to the total internal reflection of light inside them. Okay, so we know the we know the refractive index of diamond as the 2.42. So if I calculate the corresponding critical angle, we are getting something around 24.4 degree, which is very small. Therefore, once the light enters the diamond, it is very likely to undergo total internal reflection inside it. Okay, so but you can see here, it also depends on the proper cutting of diamond. Okay, so if you cut the diamonds suitably, you can have the multiple total internal reflection can made to be occur, which gives rise to this brilliance appearance of the diamond. So the here now this is one more application of total internal reflection.
Okay, so next is the prism. Okay, again you can see that the how the prism the act. See, if you take the particular prism, a right angle isosceles prisms where the angles are the 90 degree, 45 and 45 like this. So this particular angle is 45 degree. So this is also a 45 degree, and this particular angle is the 90 degree. So if we calculate, see, so why this TR take place? So condition number 1, see, light should travel from what? Denser medium to rarer medium, and the second is your the angle of incidence in the denser medium should be equal to uh, it should be greater than the critical angle. If these two conditions are satisfied, then TIR take place. If you take the prism, for an example, the prism which is made up of the crown glass whose refractive index is something around 1.5 to the refractive index of the prism, which is made up of some crown glass whose refractive index is 1.52. If I find the critical angle, okay, what's the formula for critical angle? Sine of C is equal to 1 by n. Therefore, C is equal to sine inverse of 1 by n. Then you can write C as, so if you take the sine inverse 41.2 something, approximately I write 41 degree. So this is the critical angle for the material whose refractive index is 1.52. That means what? If the angle of incidence become greater than the 41 degree, then instead of refraction, reflection take place, and we call that particular reflection as total internal reflection. Okay. Now see, what is the use of this prism? Let me study in the okay, so you are going to study in the next classes what is the exact use of prisms here. Especially these prisms are used for the they are act like in mirrors here. Okay, so therefore they are called reflecting prisms. See, for an example, there is some object is there. Why this reflection take place? You can see here. If I call this point as A, so the light falls on this particular surface. Let me call this triangle as some. Okay, let me call this triangle as some EFG. So this particular layer falls on the surface EF. How it falls? You can see here normally. Normally, that means I is equal to 0. You know that when I is equal to 0, R automatically becomes 0. And it falls on the next surface here. Okay, the surface EG. And if you draw the normal, so what is normal? The line which is perpendicular to surface is called normal. So next, when this particular ray, when it it want to pass from this medium to this medium. Now this medium is what? It's a glass of refractive index of 1.52, and the surrounding is an air medium. Therefore, it try to travel from denser medium to rarer medium. Therefore, the first condition is satisfied. Light should travel from denser medium to rarer medium. Okay, therefore the light is okay. It wants to travel from denser to rarer. Therefore, the first condition is satisfied. The second is, now by using the simple geometry, I can say that what about this angle? You can see here. So this is the normal. Normal means what? The line which is perpendicular surface is called normal. That means this total angle is how much? This is 90 degree. Okay, so this is 90 degree. If you look at this one particular shape here, again it look like what? It looks look like definitely right angle isosceles triangle. Now you can see here this angle is 90 degree. Definitely this angle is also 90 degree. If this angle is 90, this angle is 45. What about this angle? The sum of the interior angle should be equal to 180 degree. Therefore, this angle should also become 45 degree. If this angle is 45 and it is normal, that this total angle is 90. Therefore, whatever this angle also becomes 45 degree. Okay. Therefore, the angle of incidence on the surface EG, which is the interface between the denser medium and rarer medium, is 45 degree, and interesting is this angle is greater than the critical angle. Okay, therefore light wants to travel from the denser medium to rarer medium. The condition number 1 is satisfied, and the angle of incidence in the denser medium is greater than the critical angle. Therefore, instead of refraction, reflection take place, and we call that reflection as total internal reflection. Number 2, as it is a reflection, the laws of reflection says that your angle of incidence should be equal to angle of reflection. Therefore, if this angle is 45 degree, what about this angle? This angle should also become 45 degree. That means what? If this is 45 degree, then what is the total angle? The total angle becomes the 90 degree. Okay, as this total angle becomes the 90 degree, as the total angle becomes the 90 degree, that means see again it falls normally, therefore simply it get refracted. Clear? Okay, so are you getting this particular concept here? Okay, now see, it falls like this. Okay, so normally then TR take place, then reflection take place, and it emerges from the other surface FG. If you take one more light here, if some person is there, some object is there. Okay, again if you take the one more ray, again it moves like this. That means if some object is here, the same object is appears to be, okay, you can see the object from this side also. Therefore, somewhat it behaving like an mirror. Okay, here light get reflected, they are behaving like a mirror. Therefore, now these prisms are used in case of mirrors. There also reflection take place, but not an 100% reflection. But in case of these prisms where the TIR take place, that is called total reflection, 100% reflection take place. Therefore, in some of the instruments like periscope, where the mirrors are replaced by prisms, and these prisms are called reflecting prism. Let me go for the next one. I can see here. The next one is the optical fibers. Okay, the optical fibers.